This is a webinar today, Pathway to Exam Success. So, let me tell what I have understood about exams and how I motivate my students and how I guide them scientifically. Proven techniques. Maybe if you also start implementing the same, you will also lead to successful exams and you will start enjoying exams. So, this is one thing which I wanted to emphasize here. And by the end of this session, you all should say, I'm not scared of exams. I'm going to really look forward to write exams and I'm going to enjoy exams. So that is how it should be. So let me start my session. So we are going to talk about how we are going to use these strategies. How we are going to use these strategies for better academic performance as well as for a happy life. So let us see some study strategies, and this would help you to discover methods to improve your learning outcomes. So let me ask you a few questions like why do you hate exams, my dear students? Why are you scared of exams? Is there anyone who love exams? Yeah, some of you tell me how many of you love and look forward for exams? Yes, speak on.
Okay, this is
Arjun has mentioned the
Pardon?
chat. Arjun has mentioned syllabus in the chat.
Oh,
Few students are replying on the chat.
chat is
I'll
it?
just
I
read
don't
out
know.
that.
Yeah, I think
Gauri is saying, I love exams but scared of results.
okay.
One more we have, Hitat. He's also saying scared of results.
Okay, so it all depends upon how you look at exams and what is your focus, what is your purpose. So, based on that, some people will love exams, some people will get scared of exams, some people will be scared of results, and some people will be worried about the expectations of parents. Like, I'm doing so much, I'm putting on so much efforts, but how can I satisfy my parent? They expect a lot from me. So, this is also one of the worry the students which they end up in fearing for exams. So why do we emphasize here that you need to have some techniques, effective study techniques? Because in this system, education system, though you require knowledge and skill, the admission, the process of admission and all, they look for a ranking. You need to have high scores, academic success, long term academic success. You need to have better study techniques. So all these things depends upon how smart you plan yourself before your exams. So high ranking, actually the benefits, when the parents and teachers, they say that no, you should get first rank, you need to score good in subjects. It's not whether you are first or second, but if you are able to understand the concepts, if you are thorough in the basics, foundation of whatever you're studying, that itself shows that you are successful. Don't worry about how many marks you're scoring, 1 or 2 marks. If you're falling short, that's not going to affect you at all. So don't get scared about how many marks you're going to score. Better you focus on what would be your academic knowledge and the skill what you're going to gather or gain during this process. So this is very important, because this is what is going to help you in 21st century when you go for a career. People will not look at how many marks you have scored, though that is required for a qualification purpose or a basic mandatory requirement. But what they see is how do you apply the knowledge, whatever you study, how do you apply it, how conceptually, how you have understood the subject, how you can resolve a problem. So this is what the future is going to be. So don't worry how much you remember and how much you write in the exam, because rote learning is not at all required now. because everybody is in the digitization age. 21st century is the age of digitization. So every one of us have a mobile in our hand and laptop with us, and if you just google it, everything will come there. So it's not the question of the data is available, but you should know how to use the data. So this is what is the purpose of you going for school or getting into educational path. So focus more on how much you understand and how you can apply to resolve any problem, how you can be more creative, how you can be more inventive, and how you can invent new things, new solutions for old problems and new solutions for new problems. So this is how your education focus and purpose should be. So there are a lot of challenges the students are undergoing or facing. Actually, distractions. And this is a big obstacle for teenagers and all the school students and college students actually, because a lot of digitization, as I said, a lot of distractions come into everybody's life, like social media. I mean, a lot of inputs what you get, and a lot of movies which is easily available for you, a lot of things which will make you feel happy without straining your brain. You don't have to use your brain, you just you can chill and you can enjoy your time. So people look forward to enjoy your time, and when you get into that, you don't know how much time you're spending, and you'll get locked into it. So that is one big obstacle. And then also, as you said, some of you said that you have a fear. So that is again a psychological barrier. So that will make you lack your self confidence. And also, this will lead to a sort of a stress, depression, headache, fever, all those things when you sit for exam. You get all those things. That's mainly because of the fear what you have in your mind, the negative thought what you have in your mind. And the main thing what I see with my students is time management. Every one of us have only 24 hours per day, and some of them, the people who are able to prove themselves, also have only 24 hours of time. So how do you manage your time is what is very, very important. Now I would like to pose a question to you all. These are some of the challenges which I'm telling you. I'll keep telling you some more challenges, but I want to know some challenges from your side. So students, you can let me know, like, what are all the challenges you face.
Hello, ma'am. This is Avni. So,
Yeah.
I think the biggest challenge I face is that once I take my phone, like I tell my mother, like I'll watch it for 10-15 minutes and then I'll keep it. But like after 2 hours, also, I have not kept my phone away. So, I think that's the biggest challenge.
Yeah, that's the main thing which many of you have. I will give you solutions for that. Some more. Any more challenges which you face?
Hello, ma'am. I'm
Yes.
Niriksha.
Yes.
I am into music, means Sangeeta and Veena. So when
Okay.
I sit to study, music will be running in my mind, and I'll not be able to sit for more than half an hour. I'll be wanted to do in music. So
Yeah. Yeah. So let me give you one answer for this. See, every one of us will have something called as passion. And
huh.
every one of us will have something called as priority. And every one
Hmm.
of us will have something called as interest.
Hmm.
And our mind, we teach our brain actually. We tell our brain, make me happy always. Keep me happy always. So we give input to our brain saying, I will be happy if I play Veena. I will be happy if I'm in social media. I will be happy if I'm watching movie. I will be happy if I'm playing in the ground. So these are all the inputs which we ourselves have given to our brain. So our brain will keep reminding us whenever we are sitting to study, take the book. It will remind you because the brain wanted you to be happy. So it knows very well you will be happy doing something else other than studying. So this will keep going on until you keep your brain intimated or giving an input to your brain saying that I have a purpose. Now this is an age where I need to focus on my studies because I wanted to achieve lot of things. I have lot of aspirations. I have decided that I want to become a software engineer in a big company with a big MNC, and I wanted to become a scientist in ISRO or NASA. I want to become a fashion designer. So some passion, some destination, some aspirations every one of you will have. So you have to inject into your brain saying that yes, I wanted to do that one day in my life. That is what is my destination. So make me do that. Make me push me into that path which will lead me to that that destination. So this determination, if you have, and if you keep chanting this and giving input to your brain, I mean, remind me that I should study, remind me that I should perform well in my exams, remind me that I need to improve my skills, I need to improve more so that I will reach that particular destination which I have in my mind. So this is only what to say, like you have to give input to your brain and self talk. You need to improve your self talk in such a way that you are convinced. First of all, you should get convinced that yes, I wanted to study. And then you need to give input to your brain that I will be happy when I study because that is going to lead me to reach my destination. So these are certain exercises which you have to do it with your own self. And that self talk is going to be very, very powerful. And one particular mantra is focus. Focus is not only your ability to say yes to one, but also a discipline to say no to the other. So this is a mantra which you should never ever forget. Focus is not only your ability to say yes to one. What is this yes? Now at this age, yes is nothing but exams, nothing but studying, going to class, focusing on what is required for reaching your aspiration, improving your skills, gathering lot of data, doing lot of research, knowing what to do, how people are there in the aspirational destination which you have desired, getting connected with them, knowing more about what I can do to do more. So if this is the input which you can gather and give it to your brain, the brain will start reminding you that no social media. Now it is time for you to sit and study. So focus is not only your ability to say yes to one, but also the discipline to say no to the other. So now during exams, I need only studies. I need to sit and study. I need to wake up at 4:30. I need to sit and study. I need to focus on what I know and what I don't know. I need to get it clarified from my teachers. I need to be 100% clear about the answers. I need to remember how do I memorize all those answers when I write the exam. I should not forget. So this sort of self-talk, automatically it will transform your brain, reminding you about social media or music to reminding you about to sit and study. So this is a practice which you have to start consciously and sincerely and have a purpose when you are now in the school age, because this is the time where you need to gather a lot of knowledge and skill which is going to help you to lead a fantastic happy life. So my dear girls, whoever has questions, did I answer your question? Do you think this is possible for you to get it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that determination, it is all in you only. No external factor is affecting you. The Instagram or the Facebook is not pulling you there. You are getting attracted there. So it is your mistake. You need to prioritize what you need now. So this is the mantra which you should never ever forget in your life. So now coming to, I will give you some scientific approach to succeed in exams and life. Please do follow, because I have seen thousands of my students who have followed and are successful. So first thing is you should start enjoying your exams. As I said, your brain is going to only focus on something what will make you happy. If you start telling, oh my God, my exams are coming, I don't like exams, I don't want to study, when the exams will get over? So you're giving that self-talk to your own self, and the brain is observing all those things. Oh, this person, this boy or this girl doesn't like exams. So the exams are coming, how to make them happy? So I have seen this girl happy when she browses social media. Okay, let me remind her to take her phone so that she will go into social media and she will be happy. So this input you have to give to your brain, saying that I enjoy exams, because when I write an exam, I will understand what I know and what I do not know. Let me clarify all my doubts. Only after writing exams, I will know what I need to learn. So this should be your self-talk. So enjoy your exams. So some scientific tip, let us see, like to master the entire syllabus. You will have a big syllabus and you don't know how to master them. Then remember long answers, reproduce the answers in exams, and to overcome loss of memory and to manage time. These are all the common difficulties every student will face. Do you agree with me, my dear students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the biggest thing which we have to overcome, for which you have some mantras. I will tell you how to overcome them scientifically so that it will work out for you. First thing is, as I said, you need to have a purpose. Whenever you're going to a cinema theater and your purpose is what? You need to enjoy the movie. So your mind is totally focused on that. And you're looking for a movie, you go with the popcorn, you go for a good seat, you're looking for an AC theater where you can be comfortable. So you have some purpose of going to a theater. Similarly, when you go for your school and when you're going for educating yourself, you need to have a goal which will help you to focus on reaching that particular goal. So goal setting is one very, very important thing which we have to do right now. If you have not done one, please do. And the keys to leading a successful and fulfilling life is setting your goal. So let me ask you one question. There is a mountain. Suppose if the two people wanted to climb the mountain, there are certain things which you require. They need an equipment to climb, they need training to climb, they need teamwork to climb, they need favorable weather conditions, they need lot of things. So now tell me, what is the most important thing they need to get to the top if they want to climb a mountain together?
The determination and willpower.
Okay, determination and willpower. Then,
direction to go on.
okay, come on, some more.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Okay,
Planning,
planning. Okay,
planning,
okay.
focus,
Focus. Then,
Training.
Zeal of an ant.
huh? Come again.
Zeal of an ant.
Okay, what else? That's it. They need a mountain, my dear students. They have the training, they have equipments, they have teamwork, they have favorable weather conditions. If they don't have a mountain, how can they climb? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So the mountain climbing equipment is of little use if you don't have a mountain to climb. Similarly, you are getting educated. You're going to school, you're studying some subjects, you're writing exam. You don't know what for you're doing that. All these training skills, everything is there, but you don't know where you're traveling. You need a goal. If you have a goal, then you will train yourself according to your goal. You will invest all your time and energy and money on skilling yourself. So goal is very, very essential. You need a clear goal. See, once you have a mountain to climb, and once you have a goal, then you have a purpose. You will get up early, automatically you will get up early, you read lot of books, and you will watch your diet to stay healthy, and you will seek out to experts, you will become disciplined, and now you want to climb the peak. So all because you now have a mountain to climb. Similarly, you need to have your goals first. So go ahead, write down your goals today. Then you will have a purpose, and then when you sit for your studying for your exams, then you will be able to do amazing things. So the goals, the secret to make your dreams come true. So write down what are your goals, what do you want to be, what do you want to achieve, and what are your aspirations. So these are certain things which you have to decide, and you need to align it with your personality and also align it with the strengths, abilities, what you possess, and also your interest. This is very, very essential for a successful, meaningful life. So commit yourself to action and commit yourself to doing what it takes to achieve your goals, and make sure that everything you do is taking you closer towards your goals. There are 3 steps. First one, as I said, you write down your goal, make a commitment in action, and take the first step today. So all of you will have a lifetime goal, but everything will not happen on one day. So we need to start with small goals. So 1 hour goal, 1 day goal, 1 week goal, 1 month goal, 1 year goal, and then the lifetime goal. So take small, one at a time, and start completing that, reaching that. And finally, one day you will reach your aspiration or the destination which you are dreaming for. So here I can say that goal is 4 Ds. One is you need to dream for your goal and fix a date when you will complete. Suppose you are studying for an exam and you have some maths chapters. So you're dreaming that, yes, I'm going to score 100 out of 100 in my test. Okay, fine. Your dream is fine. Fix a date like when you are going to complete all your revision, or when you're going to start your first chapter, or when you're going to complete your first chapter. So have a deadline, have a date, and declare it. Declare it, or tell your friends, or rather than telling to your friends, you can tell some of your competitors. Because, when you declare, you need to satisfy that and achieve that. So they will be telling, what man, you said you will be doing all these things, you will finish 1 chapter, 2 chapter, you have not done anything. So that will make you to do and finish that work, and you need to be dedicated to complete your work, whatever you're setting for. So these are very, very important. Now coming to learning, there is a pattern which you need to follow if you need to learn something, because Studying is different from learning. So learning is something which you understand and forever you will not be forgetting that. All these things will be helping when you go to exam and you forget some answers. Many of you have that problem. You study and you will forget. When you learn, you will not forget. So what is I will tell you what are the tips or what is the sequence to learn something so that you will not forget. First and foremost, when you're starting a new lesson, you need to read aloud. You just have to read aloud without putting any stress on your mind. You should not feel stressed like how I will remember, how I will remember this particular term, how I will be able to reproduce. You should not have any stress. It should be something like you're listening to a movie song. We don't by heart the lyrics. So you just read aloud happily. So when you're reading aloud happily, 50% of whatever you're reading will automatically go and get stored in your subconscious mind. That is something which cannot be erased. So you are not doing it intentionally. Similar to a movie song, when you are listening to a movie song, the lyrics we never by heart. Once or twice or thrice we listen, and the fourth time we will start singing along with the music. That is mainly because we are doing it without putting a stress on our mind that I need to remember the lyrics. You are enjoying and listening to the lyrics. Similarly, enjoy and read. 50% of all this vocabulary, whatever you are reading, gets stored in the subconscious mind. The second step is remembering. Now, after reading, now you should start again reading the paragraphs. That time you need to connect each and every concept as to what is mentioned there. What is the meaning of this particular concept? Where it is applied? What is this definition? What is this experiment? What is this description? So all these things the teacher would have explained to you in the class. So now you have to relate to what the teacher has told and the material whatever you have. That is what we call it as remembering. Okay, this is why this is mentioned like this. So something like that you have to remember. Third one is you need to recapitulate. So after some time you have to recall and see, oh, I studied this, how much I am able to understand, how much I am able to recall. So recapitulation should come from your mind, not from your book. We keep the book in front of us and from morning till evening we'll keep reading from the book. We never try to extract those content from our mind. We will again extract from the textbook only. So that is why you are not able to strongly fix it in your subconscious mind. So recapitulation is something, close the book and recall. Okay, I studied, I understood this, how much I remember. So this is a fantastic exercise which will help you to memorize whatever you want. And one more mantra is 24 hours time, any new information you read or you understand or you listen, you will start forgetting after 24 hours. So immediately after 24 hours, you need to have a quick revision. And then you need to teach whatever you have learned. You can teach to your friends or your brother, sister at home, or even to your mother. If she or he is free, you can make them sit and explain. So this will help you to understand much more better. And then comes the reproduction. Now you have done all the three steps. Now the fourth step is reproduction. Now you will write and see without seeing your textbook because it should come from your brain. Then after writing, you need to appreciate yourself. Now exercising your finger muscles. Many of you are not able to write fast because we are totally accustomed to using mobiles with our fingers. So finger muscles need some exercise. That is very, very essential. So after completion of your reproduction, take the textbook and compare and rectify your mistakes. And finally, revise the particular chapter which you have studied. This is what is the scientific method for learning new concepts. So first one is reading, second one is remembering, third one is recapitulation, fourth one is reproduction, then rectification and revision. Any topic you take, if you follow these 6 steps, you will never forget in your life. So please try and then you tell me how you are able to remember those concepts. Then how to concentrate? Another big question is, as one of our students said, like whenever I take my book, I remember the music, my mind goes into that Veena, or somebody says like, if I start with the mobile social media, I will come back in 5 minutes, mummy, I'll tell, but another 2-3 hours I'll be with the social media. So how to concentrate on studies? So I will tell you one ABCD mantra. First one is active break. Second one is be positive. See commitment. Do different. So active break. So now tell me, my dear students, you study for 20 minutes or 15 minutes. You want to give some 5 minutes break. What will you do during that time?
Walk around the house.
Very good. Then
Read a storybook.
read a storybook. Then, yeah, come on. You'll watch TV, lie down on the
Go out.
sofa, huh?
Go out.
Go out. Then
Dancing.
dancing, superb. And
Listen to music.
Find new ideas
listen to
to do.
music. How many of you go and sleep?
Our power nap.
Sit in the sofa, watching a movie, asking mommy to bring.
Our power nap.
Huh? Yes, yes. Tell me.
Try healthy snacks.
Eat snacks. Very good. So this is what we do in that 5 minute break. So take a short break after 30 minutes. What do? You relax like this, right? Active break is not relaxing, my dear. This is why we are not productive. We will eat snacks. We will lie down on the bed, relax. Do what? We think that when we study for 20 minutes, our body is so tired. We need to take rest. I need to lie down. I worked hard for 20 minutes. I am hungry. I want to feed my stomach. So I want snacks. I want some juice. But for studying, which part of your body you're using?
The brain.
What is the food for your brain? So this is where we are not knowing what is the food for our brain. We are not taking care of the brain, which is the one which absorbs whatever you study, stores and gives you back when you want it back. But if the brain is hungry and it is not able to absorb whatever you're studying, how much ever you study, it will not get stored in your brain. This is the scientific tip which you should learn today. Any active break is not sitting and relaxing. When you're sitting for a longer time, 20 minutes, if you're sitting for 20 minutes and studying, what will happen? Effects of prolonged sitting on concentration and understanding. So if you're sitting, how it is going to affect your concentration and understanding? First, what happens? Decreased blood flow. When you will have blood flow? When blood circulation takes place? When you exercise. When the body moves. Right or wrong? Sitting for long periods can reduce your blood circulation, leading to less oxygen reaching the brain, my dear students. The brain is not going to function if you are not going to give sufficient oxygen to your brain. How will you give sufficient oxygen to your brain? How the oxygen will be transported to your brain? Through your blood. When blood circulates, when it will circulate, only if you have physical movements, it will circulate. So when you are moving around only, the oxygen and blood will reach your brain. So if you're sitting for longer time, what will happen? Impaired concentration. That is why you are not able to concentrate. Limited oxygen can cause difficulty focusing, making it harder to absorb and retain the information. So we are just doing some harmful thing to our brain and blaming the brain that it is not absorbing what you're studying. So increased fatigue. You will feel so tired, physical fatigue will be there. Diminished memory, insufficient blood flow can hinder memory formation and recall, impacting study effectiveness, and mood declines. So you will become so irritated because there is no blood circulation or oxygen to your brain, and brain is totally drained off, and it will irritate you. You don't feel like studying. All those frustration will come. And prolonged sitting can create a sensation of mental fog. It is something like your system is hanging. Okay, you will not be having any clarity. You will not be able to think properly. You will feel so tired in a very short duration, and reduced motivation, feeling sluggish. That will lower your motivation to study, making it easier to procrastinate. What is procrastination? Postponing your schedules. Okay, now I'm tired. I don't feel like studying. Let me do it later. So that is only going to cause bad effect for your exams. And sitting for long can lead to discomfort or pain, further distracting from studies. So you should understand that you need to exercise your body so that your brain will be getting some exercise. Your break is not to take physical rest. You need to be active during that break time. How many of you understood this?
Understood, ma'am.
Very good. Please do follow this because this is a very important thing which you need to remember, exercising your brain. How do you do physical activity? One boy told he will be going around the house. A big round of applause for you, my dear student. You need to be active. You need to do skipping. You need to go for a walk. 20 minutes exercise before an exam can improve your performance. See the brain after sitting quietly how it is, and after 20 minutes of walk how active it is. Then you need to go for running, jogging, skipping, whatever physical activity you can do within your house also. In just in 1 square meter you can jump for 100 times in 1 minute. Morning 1 minute you jump for 100 times. Afternoon you jump before your lunch for 100 times. Then evening you can jump 100 times for a minute and then start studying. Your brain will be so active. That is what is the secret of your memory retention. So jumping, skipping will help you to improve the blood circulation right from your toe to head. So this is what is going to make you so happy and active. So here you can see the blood circulation, how it happens because of jumping and physical activity. So my dear students, you can sleep but not after your lunch, because after your lunch you will sleep for hours together. So try to sleep before lunch. During your study holidays, you can just have a power nap for 10 to 15 minutes and then start studying. So physical activity is the first tip. Then you have to be positive, because positivity will increase a lot of focus and concentration, whereas negative will give you more stress. I will give you one example of one story here. There is a park where two people, Tom and Jim, they are playing with the branches. They climbed and then they were playing in the branches, and there was a big swirl of wind, and the branches were very thin and they were swinging here and there. So both Tom and Jim parents were standing down and they saw the children on the branches, and they were so scared that the children will fall. So Tom's mom told, hold on tightly. And Jim's father told, don't fall. So what happened is actually Jim fell and Tom was saved. The main reason here is processing a negative image. Your brain or the mind have a very difficulty time processing negative image. So in order for Jim to process the command of not falling, he first had to image falling and then try to tell the brain not to fall. When Tom was told to hold on tightly, he had an instant image of him hanging on tightly. So what you process, what you tell your brain or mind is very, very important. It should be always positive. So using positive words will have better results than using negative words. So to break out of bad habit, we need to develop good habit, and automatically things will start to get better and we will feel positive. So positivity has so much of effect, and you will be really changing your mindset and attitude, which will help you to focus and concentrate better in your studies. So how to improve your studying attitude and mindset? Don't say I have to. Instead you say I want to. See, when you say I have to, it is something like somebody is pushing you to do that. That means you are telling the brain this, I am not interested, but somebody, my mother is asking me, so I have to study. Don't say like that. You tell your brain that I wanted to study because if I study, I will be having a better future. Then take full responsibility of your own learning and do more than what others are willing to do. Come out of your comfort zone. And don't focus on grades too much. Focus on concepts and view challenges positively, and write down 3 to 5 reasons why you want to do well academically. That is why I said you need to have a purpose. If you are convinced with your purpose, then nobody can stop you winning. And be a professional student, hard and smart working. It is not only hard working sitting for 24 hours and studying. You need to know how to make it smart. And then be clear about your purpose and don't blame others. Be responsible and develop gratitude. So these are some of the tips so that you can improve your studying attitude and mindset, and focus on dream and not on danger. Dream is something which is positive and danger is something which is negative, because nearly 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts you will get a day, and 2,500 to 3,300 thoughts per hour. So we will have the combination of positive and negative thoughts. So positive thoughts is something like looking for achievement, career, ability, confidence, dreaming big, success, hope, goal, determination, belief, trust. So tell me, students, what are all the different positive thoughts you get? Yes, students, tell me positive thoughts.
I want to improve myself.
Superb, superb, superb. Again, some more, some more.
I can do this.
Yes, I can do this. Wonderful. Yes. Have you heard about the three-letter word YET? Yet. This moment I may not know yet, but I will learn any moment. Any next moment also I will be able to learn. That is the positivity. Growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. If you're not knowing something now, doesn't mean that forever you will not know. If you have a growth mindset, then anytime and everything, anything is possible in this world. So, lot of positive thoughts you need to have. You need to have lot of self-esteem, good self-esteem, self-motivation, feeling proud of yourself, your achievements, and don't think about. I mean, this positive thoughts will lead to focus and concentration. You will be able to focus because you're happy. You're thinking positive, your positive hormones will be flowing in your brain, and you will be able to focus and concentrate. General negative thoughts of a student. This slide is only just to tell you the next second these negative thoughts should run away from your mind. You should never ever think about these thoughts. So some people will say that I am not smart enough to succeed, thinking low about their own self, and I will never be able to understand this. No, that is wrong. I always mess things up. I'm going to fail anyway, so why bother trying? I'm not good at some subject. I'm not good at maths. I'm not good at physics. So there is no point in studying. I will never be as good as my batchmate or my classmate. I always forget things when I need them most. I will never get into any college or university. I'm not capable of achieving my goals. I am so overwhelmed. I will never be able to catch up. So this is the last time in your lifetime you're seeing this in your mind as well as talking to anybody. This should be totally eradicated from your mind. You should never ever talk about negative things, and you should never allow negative thoughts in your mind. Always be positive and think that yes, you can. If you try, you can find the solution, because when you think of something negative, automatically stress comes into your mind and lot of tension. When you sit for exam, your legs will be shivering, hands will be shivering, you feel you're having a headache, you feel that you're having a fever, something like that. These are all because of the negative thoughts. So how to change your negative thoughts? So don't dwell on the bad, change it and move on. Just ignore and move on. So challenge that yes, why not? I will be able to do it. Change should statements to I want to. So every negative can be converted into positive, saying like I love to do it, I can do it, I will be able to do it, I am the best. So this sort of positivity will eradicate all these negative thoughts. So negative thoughts, you need to set some realistic goals. So if you set a goal and if you're able to achieve, automatically you'll start getting belief in your own self. And practice mindfulness, talk it out and limit negativity and be kind to yourself. Love yourself, my dear students. You should really start loving yourself and be aware that negative thoughts are coming. So just ignore that and bring a lot of positive thoughts and challenge them. I can do it, and reframe. The negative can be reframed into a positive thought. Use affirmations and focus on gratitude. So that will help you to fly above negativity. So my dear students, whoever is listening, will you all start thinking positive from now on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Great, great, lovely, lovely, lovely to listen to your positive words. And C is commitment. So if you take up a responsibility, you should never give up. You need to set a goal and go for it. Perseverance. Never ever feel like, no, I will do it. If I can't do, who else can do it? So that sort of attitude you should have. Take responsibility and focus and have perseverance. Then do different. Don't keep studying the same subjects from morning till evening. So you keep changing, use your right brain for some subjects, using your left brains for some subjects, logic subjects, creative subjects, literatures, and writing some, doing some mind maps, doing some experiments. So you need to have some plan in such a way that you have some different combinations. I'm just giving you some of the combinations, like from morning you're putting your time schedules. So you take something like first, if I take physics, so that is based on concepts and problem solving. Then you come to mathematics, where you will be working on problems. Then you can have a break, and then chemistry, there you will do some experiments or do some, watch some videos on some experiments. And then biology, you can draw some charts, something like that. So you can just keep planning depending upon the section where you are, whether you are a math student or a science student or a commerce student or you are a humanities student, whatever it is, depending upon the subjects, keep changing. You don't keep the similar subjects in the type of subject at a stretch. So that will help your brain to concentrate better, because it will not get bored. So you should have follow this ABCD mantra. One is active break, then be positive, commitment, and do different. And set your biological clock. Alarm will ring when breakfast time comes, when the lunch time comes, when the snack time comes, and the dinner time comes. We should also set your clock in such a way, like 4:30 or 5, your alarm should ring that get up and study. 7 o'clock, get up and study. Then 10 o'clock, you have something. Yes, I need to study maths. I need to study physics. I need to work on these problems. So this clock also you need to set, so that it will give you alarm and remind you that yes, you have to do this. You need to finish this. So that reminder will come from within. And then when you're reading your question paper, read the questions properly and then read the answers. Don't blindly read the answers. Read what is the question asked and what they have asked, and then read the answers, so that you will know which are all the important points you need to highlight when you're writing. And even in the question paper, in the university or your board question paper, if there is some modification in the question, then you will be able to understand how to reframe your answers accordingly. This is very, 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 very important. And a daily practice of meditation is also very important. And don't get distracted, my dear students. As I said, focus is not only your ability to say yes to one, but also the discipline to say no to the other. So this will wait. Social media will wait anytime you can see. And 5 powerful hacks to remember what you study. One is Italian tomato clock, so modeled after Pomodoro. So that is not studying continuously for 1 or 2 hours. To boost your productivity, study for 25 to 30 minutes. Then you can, if you want, listen to music for some time, then go for an active break in order to boost your brain. Then use the 50-50 rule. This is a very effective way. So dedicate 50% of the time to learn new thing, something new, and other 15 in sharing and explaining to others. When you explain to someone, you will be able to remember that better. And this is very, very important, spaced repetition. So keep revising constantly, and if you complete one chapter, this is a spaced repetition period. So first review, first you're starting new information you have gathered. So I said in another first 24 hours, you have to read that again. Then second review, third review, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So if you have that spaced repetition, you will never forget that particular concept in your lifetime. So this is the period when you will start forgetting. I'll show you that curve. So to break the curve of forgetting, see here, this is the curve of forgetting. So first curve, if you see this blue line, you just studied now. This is the line where you have studied and then you have not revised it again. So what happens? Slowly you are forgetting. You are able to see that. Completely you would have forgotten after some time. So what you should do, you have studied now. Then again you recall. First recall, what happens? Okay, you are able to go to the peak. Then you are not at all taking the book or the chapter. What happens? Slowly you will forget. Again if you repeat, again if you repeat, again if you repeat, fourth repetition, fifth repetition, I told you the review timing. First day, then third days, after 7th day, after 21 days, after 30 days, after 45 days, after 60 days. This is the period you need to keep a timetable and revise those particular chapters. So what happens now? First time you will be able to remember and then again you will forget. Second time again if you study, then the forgetting curve will slowly it will decline. Third time again if you study, the forgetting curve will not at all decline to the 0 point. So this is how you need to have a spaced learning, so that you will be able to remember and you will be overcoming the forgetting curve. This is why you are forgetting in your exams. So you have to keep this in mind. Then how to do spaced repetition? I told you how to plan that time. Then study before sleeping. What you will study, the brain will process. So it will store your information while you sleep. Study important and difficult chapter before sleeping. So this is very, very important. And create a visual image. Whatever you're going to study, have a visual image so that it is very, very important and they connect directly to your visual spatial centers. And then what I do, I'll tell you my tip. My brain or my mind will love my voice. So what I do is, if I need to study something or learn something, learn new concepts, I will record my own voice, the chapter or the material which I need to learn. So with my own voice, I will record, and when I'm going for a walk, I'll keep the headphones and I will listen to my voice for the chapter which I need to learn. And my mind or brain is so accustomed and so used, and it will love my voice like anything. So whatever I say in the audio recording, it easily goes into my mind. This is one trick which I do. Then how to avoid sleep while studying? Many of you will feel sleepy because you are not interested to study. So automatically you will feel bored. You will feel boring and then you will feel sleepy. Even during exams, I have seen somebody sleeping also on the exam. So first thing when you're going for exams or before studying, you don't have so much of carbohydrates, and you need to limit your diet in such a way. Brain activating foods you need to prefer. So much of food if you eat, then you will not be able to keep awake. Automatically you will feel sleepy. So stomach is full and the process of digestion causes temporary shortage of blood and nutrients to the brain. So your brain will not be active and it will go to sleep. So this results in feeling drowsy. So avoid heavy lunch. Sleepiness can be associated with the position and place you choose. Don't sit on the bed and study. The room should be well lit and ventilated. Sit in a chair and keep your books on the table with a proper height and with a good lighting. You need to study. Don't study on the bed. Bed is only to sleep. Automatically, when you go and sit in the bed, your brain will say, go and sleep, go and sleep, go and sleep. Automatically, you'll sleep. So don't do that. Brain knows that the place is to sleep. And choose a place which does not give you a dull or cozy feeling. Don't sit in one place for long. You may walk and study. You can keep walking and study. And if you are tired sitting for a long time also, then teach and revise. Do something different so that you will not get bored. Then you need to focus more on the foods, what to avoid, and if you want to stay alert while studying. So heavy carbohydrates, what happens? It will cause drowsiness. And sugary snacks, candy and sugary desserts can lead to quick energy spike followed by a crash. So high fat foods again. Fried foods or fatty meals can make you feel sluggish and tired. And dairy products. Some people find that dairy like cheese and milk can induce sleepiness. So foods to avoid: processed food, bananas. Bananas is very good but not in large quantities. And then healthy menu recommendations for breakfast. Start your day with a nutritious breakfast. Option to increase energy and concentration throughout the day. So it's a normal, depending upon the region wherever you are, you can have a balanced diet, not more of carbohydrates. You can have protein, and then that will help you to keep yourself alert and active. You will not feel sleepy. If you eat rice and a lot of carbohydrates, naturally you will go to sleep. So that is very, very important. So here some lunch: steamed rice, sambar, poriyal, rasam, curd rice or fried rice, I mean with vegetables, vegetable rice. So some evening snacks, and then for dinner also, you can have lot of vegetables and fruits. Natural fruit juice is better than the bottled or any other fruit juices. And hydration, this is very, very essential. You need to consume lot of water. So when your body needs an active break, it needs blood, oxygen and water. So when you're walking or jumping, like you need to inhale a lot of oxygen. And before sitting to study, have one glass of water and then sit to study. Stay hydrated, have healthy snacks, be flexible and active. Engagement is very, very essential. And time management. Stop wasting time because this is very, very essential. Have a time box calendar like this. So every day you start your day by 5 o'clock, start your day by 5 o'clock. So 5 to 6, 6 to 7, every hour you have some plan for that particular day. At the end of the day, put a tick mark as to how many you are able to follow. The next day, try to improve. Don't push the first day timing to or your schedule to the next day. Try to complete on the same day. So start with simple ones and then you can improve as it goes. And if you don't decide what you want to do with your time, somebody is going to decide for you. So you can't call something distraction unless you know what is distracting you from. So this is very, very important. You cannot give excuses or say something like, I'm not able to study because this, that, and all. Everything is in your mind, everything is in your control. So you have to decide what you need to do. So if you prioritize, yes, I need to study, I need to score good marks, I need to reach my aspirations, I want to succeed in my life, I want to be happy always in my life, then it is in your hand. So you have to plan your time and not your output. Don't plan to finish anything. Instead, your goal should be to use a time box calendar and work on set tasks without distraction for that period of time. 8 hours of sleep, you can have plan for 6 to 8 hours without any distractions, like nice, pleasant sleep. Don't use your mobile 1 hour before you go to sleep. Relax yourself, listen to some melody music, and close your eyes, and you can recall whatever you have studied, or study something which is a little difficult or confusing or not able to understand. Your brain will process. In the morning when you get up, you will be able to recall whatever you have studied before going to sleep. And take care of your brain, because how many terabytes of data can human mind hold? Roughly 10 terabyte to 100 terabyte. So 100% usage of brain is nothing but 5 crore books, each 200 pages. This much of ability your brain has. 10% usage of brain itself is 50 lakhs book content. Now we have only physics, chemistry, maths, English, language books, some 5 to 10 books only we have, and we are not able to put it in our brain. Swami Vivekananda has used only 4% of his brain potential. So now see the potential of your brain. So if you take care of your brain, you can go even beyond this. So properly, scientifically utilize the brain, give proper food to your brain, give lot of blood circulation, oxygen and water, and focus, and also prioritize what you need. And also you need to set your goals based on your personality, abilities. Don't compare yourself with anyone, and try to be happy in whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing, have some passion towards doing. So if you want to remember something, 4 steps I will tell you: identification, memory trace, storage, and recall. So identification is something, whatever you do, like you need to be familiar with that. Only then you will be able to remember that particular thing. If you're going to a mall or you're seeing hundreds of people going around here and there, but if you see one of your classmate or somebody passing, or if somebody whom you have seen in the TV, Big Boss or something, you will remember, because already you have seen that person in some other place. So identification is very, very essential. So when you're studying, that is why I said first start with reading. When you're reading all those vocabularies, you will get identified. Already your brain would have identified those vocabularies, and later it will be easier. And you have to put in your interest. Only you will be able to concentrate if you have interest in anything. So that interest is very, very essential. Memory retention. So interest will lead to concentration, which helps the storing the information in the memory. And then memory trace. So here's something like what you see, what you hear, that goes to the brain and it should get stored. So interest leads to involvement. Active involvement is very, very important for you to store any input that goes into your senses. So active involvement storage needs a lot of involvement. And then you need to recall. How many times you recall from your brain, that much you will remember the material, whatever you need to remember for your time. So why do some people win and some lose? Because we plan, we decide, we think, but do we implement? Only if you implement, you will be able to win. Otherwise, we will only lose. So we are in the webinar where I have given you a lot of tips how to succeed, or how to overcome exam fear, or how to be successful, how to remember all those things. But now, before completion of the webinar, you would have planned, you would have decided, you would have thought to implement, but unless you implement, you will not be able to succeed in your life. So my dear students, become someone who does not just think about it or talk about it, but does it. Let your personality shine through. This is very, very essential. So study smart and not hard. The importance of interest in learning, very, very important. Creating a consistent study schedule is important. Active involvement in learning is required. Power of regular review and recall is required. Balancing brain and body for optimal learning is important. The role of nutrition and physical activity is important. Staying positive and patient is very, very important. And studying for knowledge, not just for marks. So this is what is my final thoughts for you, my dear students. And thank you so much. Mantra of success is what? Happiness. Whatever you do, involve and happily do it. Then you will really cherish and you will lead a successful life. So this is the end of my presentation, and you can ask your questions now. And I hope you would have gathered some inputs from my session. If so, please give your feedback.
Ma'am, I just had one question for you. First of all, your presentation was very informative and very nice. I'd like to appreciate you for your vocabulary as well. My question is that after school or after heavy lectures, we tend to come home, eat, and then sleep. Then we wake up late and then we often don't have the energy to study and then we feel very sluggish. So, how do we combat that?
That's what blood circulation to your brain. You need to do some jumping. Immediately you can see the change. See, if you have observed some children, no small children at home, they'll keep jumping on the sofa, jumping on the floor. It is a big Herculean task for the mother to make those children to go to sleep because their brain will be totally active. They jump on the sofa, they jump on the floor, somewhere they will jump. So the jumping is the actual secret. From toe to head, suddenly the flush of blood circulation with a lot of oxygen and water intake will immediately make you active and you can sit and study for another 3 to 4 hours.
I had another question, ma'am. Actually, when we go for exams, before the exam, we enter the exam hall and there's a huge ruckus, chaos between the children that did you study that? Did you do that? Caught up in that chaos, you're not able to focus on the exam and you're thinking about that, did I miss this? So, how to stop those thoughts from coming in?
Don't discuss before and after exams.
So, you advise not to discuss before
Don't
exam?
discuss, because last minute what will happen is whatever you are prepared, you will forget and the tension will come into your mind.
Does this apply even after the exam?
After the exam, you should not at all discuss because you have already done with the exams and you have to concentrate on the next exam. So after finishing your exams, everybody will start discussing the answers and you will start getting depressed if you have not done the exam properly. That will not allow you to concentrate on the next exam. So you're not able to go back and change your answers. So forget about it. You have done. Let us see when the result comes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anyone else?
What are your thoughts on study timings? Like some people prefer at night and some people prefer at early morning study timings. So what are your thoughts on this?
I feel I don't stress people that everybody should get up early in the morning and study because it's your convenience. But I insist that you should not study late night because some hormones and other things properly function when you sleep in the night. So though you put the light and study in the night doesn't mean that it is a daytime. Sunlight and moon has its own implications. So getting up early in the morning and studying, some people have the habit, and if somebody wishes to do, because something by force is not going to work out. Somebody doesn't want to get up in the early in the morning, and if you force them and they don't like to do that, they can't concentrate on their studies. And also I feel that number of hours, it is not that the number of hours what you study, even if the person is studying for 1 hour or 2 hours, if they are using the methods whatever I've told you smartly, in very short time you will be able to understand the concepts. So I feel I should leave it to the convenience of the child because then only the child will comfortably study. But don't study late night. Sleep by 10 o'clock and get up morning at least by 5 o'clock. Not 3 or 4, but at least by 5 during exams is must.
How do we study the subjects which we do not like at all, we dislike it? How do we move on with that?
Yeah. See, when we don't like something, that is mainly because we have not understood. When we don't understand only, we start hating that. So the best way is we need to start understanding. Better go to a mentor who will make that subject easier. Actually, the same subject can be made interesting by a teacher, and also the teacher can make the students hate that subject. So it all depends upon how it is projected to the student. So you cannot hate anything because when it comes to human relation, we hate a person because we have not understood them. Once you start talking to them and start understanding them, we start loving them. Similarly, in your subject also, you identify a mentor who can simplify the subject and make you love that subject. So you don't understand something, you start hating. That is what is the normal thing that is happening. So never block in your mind that I don't like that, I don't like maths, it will never come in my life. Don't think like that. Find a way to understand. Then you will start loving it. I have done it for my son. There was something called as an engineering practice in engineering curriculum. So he used to hate that because his name starts with V and he had to be in the last bench. And the drawings will be drawn in the board. He used to be in the last bench of a drawing hall. That means it's a very long hall. He was not able to visually see the board properly and draw on the chart. So he started hating that subject. He said, I will not study even engineering because I don't like that engineering practice subject. subject. Then I had to take him to a teacher to his home and make him understand the drawing properly. Then he started scoring very well and started liking it. So it's something like when they don't understand only, we start hating that. So find a mentor who can simplify the subject and make you feel interesting about that particular subject.
Ma'am, I just want to know how to increase the writing speed.
You need to do a lot of finger exercise, ma'am. Like this, like you will have some coins also that you can ask them to pick up, and I have some exercises. I don't have it in my video now. So if you start making the children do some exercise with their finger, then they'll be able to write fast. And also that is again a practice. Like if they can write one particular paragraph in 5 minutes, then again they have to practice to write less than 5 minutes. They need to practice. It will not come all of a sudden, but finger muscle exercise will help them. Yeah.
Also, he's having a bad handwriting.
Ma'am, when they use the pencil or pen, don't put the cap at the back. If the pen is heavy also, the speed will reduce.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.